What's going on, everybody? It's Davey from the 80s, and you are now entering the Cinema Chop Shop, so park your ass right there. And while you're there, don't forget to hit the like, the share, the subscribe button. Also, if you check the link below, you'll see a Patreon account. If you click it, you can become a member. All you got to do is try, recommend movies and music and trailers for me to react to, so click the fucking link. With that being said, we're here today to react to the new Exorcist Believer trailer. But before I get into that, I want to introduce my boy to this side, Senor Del Boy from Movie Mash Reviews. Everybody give him a hi.
Hello, how you doing? This is Movie Mash. Check out my channel. It's Movie Mash. And if you haven't, make sure you subscribed to Davey from the 80s over at Cinema Chop Shop, one of the best channels, underrated channels on YouTube, and give the guy some love. But today, as he said, we're going to watch The Believer Exorcist. It just dropped. So let's see, what have you got to say? What do you reckon?
So if you guys seen if you guys went to see Oppenheimer, you guys got a chance to see it a little bit early. So I got a chance to see it. I'm not gonna lie. And the thing about it was I didn't know what the fuck I was watching, so I wasn't paying attention like that. So this is my first time really watching it and trying to pay attention to everything. Because when it dropped, I'm just like, I was kind of like half-ass paying attention. And then I heard something that caught my interest, and we'll talk about it when we get there. But
was it the full trailer you saw then? The full?
Yeah, they played the full fucking trailer.
All right, okay.
I don't know if this trailer is different from that one. I'll find out. But yeah, we got to see the full trailer, I'm assuming.
Okay.
So, without further ado.
All right.
All right, let's see. Let's see if we're going to be scared. Woo!
Good day. Hey, be home by dinner.
I love you.
And she got a big ass head.
Morning, Catherine.
And here are your daughters, Angela and Catherine. It's about 7 hours ago, and that's the last information we have.
Catherine!
Angela?
If you can hear this, we love you. Please come home.
Hey, you found her? What are you and Catherine doing out there in those woods?
We were just walking and walking. That's all I remember.
Angela, can you tell your dad how long you were gone?
A few hours.
Baby, you've been gone 3 days.
What'd you say?
Jump scare.
I didn't say nothing.
Thought I heard you say something.
Hey, baby. You okay?
Wherever those girls went, they brought something back with them.
The body and the blood of Jesus Christ.
Body in the blood? Body in the blood?
Catherine.
Body in the blood. The body in the blood. The body in the blood.
Catherine.
The body in the blood. The body in the blood.
This is a different trailer.
Seen anything like this?
Mommy?
No, but there are people out there who have.
Very good.
You have some experience with possession.
I know that woman.
I'm supposed to meet
I
her.
believe you can help get our girls back.
Exorcism is a ritual. Every culture, every religion, they all use different methods. It's going to take all of them.
Don't be scared,
We've met before.
Mother.
What did you do?
Is that Catherine's heartbeat?
They're beating in sync.
God played a trick on you.
I gotta say it. Them kids got some big ass heads, homie. Them motherfucking heads look like elbows.
That wasn't the trailer you saw.
That's not the trailer. That shit is way freaking longer than the one I saw.
Right.
That is not the same trailer. I saw most of the stuff that was in that trailer, but they added way more. Like it was way more stuff like that. Her walking into the church, that was different. The scenes with Reagan, like when they're talking, didn't see that. A lot of the little possession scenes, I didn't see that. Like that was a different fucking trailer. Oh shit.
Am I correct that Linda Blair is actually in this?
Yeah, she's in this movie.
All right, I wasn't sure because nothing in the trailer, but that's her mum, and it's good to see her mum still in it. I mean, she must be old, but Ellen Birkin or something like that.
Well, I thought Linda Blair was in this movie. I could have sworn that she was tied to it.
I heard that she was too, but don't know. So right, first of all, I'm taking it those two little girls go missing together at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, I only picked that up afterwards, and something bad must have happened. I don't know. Also, if I remember correctly from The Exorcist, wasn't the demon's name Legion or something? Legion? Was it Legion?
So.
Anyway, I'm assuming it's the same.
Are you talking? No. Is his name Pazuzu?
You're right. It's Pazuzu. I'm only remember part 2. Yeah, I think you're right. It's Pazuzu. Then where Legion come from? But anyway,
his name was Pazuzu, and then
you're right, Pazuzu.
She called him Captain Howdy.
That's it. It was Pazuzu. What I was gonna say is, I'm assuming it's the exact same demon, because he obviously.
Well, yeah, because he said mother. But the thing is like they probably they had to come into contact with something that was spiritual. So maybe when they went wandering around, they came into contact with, because I mean, then the original Exorcist was just Reagan playing with the Ouija board, right? And that's how she became possessed.
Yeah,
she was messing with the Ouija board. So, I mean, look, that shit looked. Oh, that was a whole lot different from what I've seen. But the one thing that caught me, like I said, when I was watching in the movie theaters, I was half-assed watching it, and then I heard that dun, dun, like the first couple notes, and I was like, that shit sounds like the Exorcist theme. Then I heard it dun dun. I heard it again. I was like, I think that is the Exorcist thing. And then they hit you with that full thing. Dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
That shit was amazing. That shit. Look, I'm gonna say this: if this movie sucks, they sure as hell did a really good job in making this trailer look like this movie don't suck. Because that was a good looking fucking trailer to me.
Well, the trailers are always made to entice you to get you more interested in the movie. So we might have seen all the best parts, and as well as I do, that shit has happened a lot. But you have to think, right? It seems like they're retreading old ground, but updating it, kind of making it new. I do like the idea of the two girls together, and it seems to be the same demon, and even the same heartbeat at the same time, and all that shit. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, I mean, whether it'll be good or not, I don't know. It did look all right. It didn't look specifically scary, but I feel like hopefully there's some more creepiness to it. And
I think that it could look. I think if done correctly, it can capture the creepiness of the first film. You know what I mean? Because the first film to me isn't just like it's not outwardly scary, like to the point where like something jumps out at you, you flinch or anything like that. It does something to you. Like you watch it, you get the heebie-jeebies, you get creeped out, and there's just something about that movie that has like this dark aura around it.
From the beginning, From the beginning,
yeah.
There's no reason at the beginning of The Exorcist. You remember at which it showed? See the dogs fighting?
Yeah.
See that on the trailer? Yeah. On the start of the first one, you see the dogs. He's looking at this statue. What's so frightening about that? There was just something wrong with the whole. There was just something off key about the whole situation.
The statue had his dick out.
Yeah, and even like I said in other videos, do you know when it feels like something is there watching you, watching this? It's just something with you. It just don't feel right. And hopefully, even if they don't capture that, if they can just, even if it's not terrifying, if they can just make a good movie on the basis of the original, I'd be content with that. Do you know
how much time do you think they're going to spend being lost? That's what I'm worried about.
Oh, you mean in the film? I don't know. I mean,
I'm worried about that because I feel like if they spend too much time with them being lost, because obviously they disappear. So I think that anything above 30 minutes is going to be too much depending on the runtime.
I even think that's too long.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. I think okay, if done correctly, 30 minutes ain't gonna feel that bad because remember, the beginning of The Exorcist has a whole lot of different shit that we're worried about. Like we at least spend 30 minutes on the original Exorcist doing other shit before like the possession and all the other crazy shit happens.
It is
so I think 30 minutes done correctly is passable. Anything above 30 minutes is gonna be it's overkill. You know, like it's gonna be overkill.
If they're randomly just checking around, then it's just going to get. It'll have to have real purpose and drama in that searching.
So when I'm saying, okay, let me elaborate. So when I'm talking about searching, I'm talking about 30 minutes for them to like get lost, like 30 minutes them being at school or whatever, them disappearing and then getting found. That has to be, to me, 30 minutes with that whole storyline would make sense. I'm not just saying like. I'm not talking about them disappearing for 30 minutes, like from the time they disappeared to the time they're found. If we spend 30 minutes on that, that's way too fucking long. I'm talking about the time they go to school, disappear, and then found. That needs to be about 30 minutes max.
Yeah, I agree, because you don't want the film to be about that. You want to get going like with everything else that's going on. Yeah, I know. But yeah, I mean, look, to me, I think it's a solid trailer. I think it's all right. I mean, it don't mean shit, but it does look good. So
it looks really good. Now there was one scene that there was some CGI in there that I saw that I wasn't really happy about, but it's all right. I think I can look past it. It was and you know the thing that bugs me so much is like the CGI scene was like a hand pulling out of a wall or something, and it was quickly in the trailer. It's like towards the end. It's like a hand pushing out the wall. It was like it was in those scenes when they were clipping really fast. This is the thing about it. You do realize like it doesn't cost that much to like do that. You just put like you build a wall and then you put like that thin you put a material that looks like the wall that's thin, like elasticy, and then you just have somebody push their hand out.
We're talking about like Freddy Krueger in the first.
Yeah, it's not that expensive to do. I don't understand why the fuck
probably cheaper to do it that way.
Exactly. Why do you need CGI to do that? You just need like some freaking stretchy material. But look, apparently there's some from my source, there's supposed to be something with wings in this fucking movie. I want to see if it actually comes into fruition. There's something in this movie with wings. I want to see if it comes into fruition, but we'll see. I don't know. Based on this trailer, man, I'm actually excited to see this movie. They have me interested. I was worried about it. I am going to try my damnedest to see a pre-screener to this movie because, like, if I can screen this before I actually go watch it, I would be 100% better with it. But it might be one of those things like, all right, I'll give you an example, like Candyman. I saw Candyman before it came out, right? And I didn't like it the first time I saw it. And when I saw it again, I liked it a little bit more, but it still wasn't to the point where I would say like it's a dope ass fucking movie. You know, they did add some stuff to it and they made it better. But this movie's coming out in October, so it's complete. It should be complete. I think at this point, any screeners are mostly going to be just like crowd testing, seeing how it is, and getting responses and shit like that. I don't think they're gonna scrap this movie and go back to the drawing board. I can't see that. The movie's coming out in October.
There might be a couple of little touches like the CGI they may want to fix. They still could. It's another 6 months, but I agree. I think it's done. It's wrapped. It's ready for screeners. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I'm gonna keep an eye out for screeners to see if I can see this. I definitely want to try to watch this for free if I have the opportunity to. But congratulations to them on the trailer, man. You picking these little big-headed ass kids, man. That shit's perfect. Like the fact that they going bald and they got big ass heads.
Yeah, like, see the bald shit. I was like, oh damn.
Yeah, that shit looks like a thumb with a wig on. So it's perfect. Any more thoughts about the trailer before we?
No, I think it was a solid trailer. I think it was good.
Look, man. Let me just throw this out there before people say it. Look, I know who's behind it. And I know we're all skeptical about who's behind it. But let's not forget that Halloween 2018 was pretty decent, okay? Let's not act like 2018 was decent. Maybe this movie might be decent. We don't have to just paint it with the same brush. This is a possibility this movie could be decent. You know, I'm not having my
The other two after it might be shit, but this might be all right.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like maybe he has this thing where the first of the trilogy movies have to be good and then the other ones are shit. I don't know.
Maybe Corey turns up in the second. Who knows?
Maybe he does, right? Maybe he puts on his stupid ass scarecrow mask. But the point of the point I'm trying to make is, let's go into this hopeful that it's going to be a good movie versus saying like, yo, what's his name? David Gordon Green is behind it. This shit's automatically going to be trash. You know what I mean? Oh, Blumhouse is behind it. Oh, this is going to be trash or whatever, right? And like, I just don't want people to like. People are very nitpicky, and I want you to really look at this trailer and assess it the way that we did, versus just saying that David Gordon Green is in it, is going to be trash. Blumhouse did it, is going to be trash. It has a little black girl in it, is going to be trash, right? Diversity or some bullshit. I'm not trying to hear none of that, because at the end of the day, if it's a good fucking movie, dude, and you have interesting characters, then why the fuck does everything else matter? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, none of that shit should matter. You should watch this movie with a clean slate, take it for what it is, because this is a sequel. All right, stop saying it's a fucking remake. Everybody's like, oh, they replaced Reagan with a black girl. No, this is a sequel to the original movie. This is supposed to be a direct sequel to the original years down the line.
If it was a reboot and you used the black girl, it kind of wouldn't matter, because they're not like saying that it's a reboot, which it isn't anyway. But I'm just saying, even if you use the black kid in a reboot, it's still the same story. It's just a different child. Wouldn't matter if it was white or black at that point, because there's no significant of it being white anyway in the movie.
Here's the thing about it. This is how you know people are nitpicky when they bitch about shit. If I'm not mistaken, the book The Exorcist, the main character is a boy. Exactly. Yeah. So why are we fucking why are we talking here? Like, what if we're going to bitch about something?
The original book is a boy, yeah. Okay, and there's a white girl in this anyway, possessed. So
exactly, right. You got the best of both worlds. You got black girl, you got a white girl. Pick whatever you want.
Anyway, it's a sequel. So
it's a sequel, exactly. So look, this is a sequel, which they claim the other sequels can live inside of. I don't know how the fuck they're doing that, but they're saying that the other sequels to The Exorcist can live within this sequel.
I can see how. Have you seen part 2?
I have not seen part 2. I've been holding.
Don't worry about it. But nothing happens on it. A lot of nothing happens on that film. A lot of nothing.
But Reagan's the central character in that movie, isn't she?
It is, but a lot of nothing happens on that film, and it leads up to nothing. And so it doesn't matter, if you get what I mean. It doesn't matter if it's in this world. It still could be. And as you know, part 3 had nothing to do with Reagan or her mum. It was the priest. And what was so really that could be its own story on a different place, because that was after the first one with the priest. So that can be, so it could really live in it. There's no reason for him not to. Even the second one, nothing happens. Nothing.
Yeah, this isn't like Halloween where the stories are all over the place and you have to like make something different, or like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like you get what I'm saying. Like all the some of these franchises have took some crazy ass left turns to the point where it's like they can't live within themselves. This movie is kept pretty straightforward. It doesn't have a buttload of sequels for it not to like deviate away from the main storyline. So yeah,
and the ones that have been their own movies. Like you say, like there's nothing as such. This has nothing to do with it. It doesn't. And the one that did have Reagan, the second one, it meant nothing at the end. When you watch it, you're like, well.
So nobody died in part 2 that's alive in this movie, right?
My soul died watching it. Yeah, but that's it. You know.
Cool. As long as characters that are technically dead aren't alive.
I think the nanny might have died.
Yeah, but she's not a central character, I don't think.
I can't even, not even sure if she was in the first one, but possibly, yeah. But yeah, that's it. It was just, yeah.
Look, at the end of the day, I like the trailer. You like the trailer. You say it looks decent. This trailer actually made me feel a lot better, because after hearing that the screener bombed and people didn't like it, I mean, now I'm taking it with a grain of salt, because I've always took people's reviews or screening reviews with a grain of salt, because you have to understand the audience, right? I've been in screeners where people love the fucking movie and I hated it. I've been in screeners where I liked the movie and people hated it. But then you have to think about it like that's just how shit goes. It depends on the audience that you're catering towards.
Look at me and you.
Huh?
Same as me and you. I liked Halloween 2. You didn't.
You mean Halloween Ends?
Ends.
Kills,
Yeah,
kills,
sorry, that
kills.
one. Yeah.
Halloween kills.
Yeah.
Halloween kills.
Halloween Kills. Yeah. I didn't like it at all. I mean, I liked it and you didn't. And
Yeah.
it's the audience. It depends. And we both wanted to watch it for the same reasons. We both like the horror. We love Halloween. I liked it. You didn't. Now that I look back, I'm ashamed of myself. We've had arguments over it, and I'm ashamed of myself now. But yeah, at the time, but yeah,
But let
exactly.
me exactly. But people need to understand this is the way some of these screeners work like this. Some of these screeners are blind screeners, which means you go in and you don't know what you're watching.
Oh
I've
right.
I've signed up for screeners where I didn't know what I'm watching, and I sit down and it turns out to be like fucking Predator or something, you know. I've seen people sit down and they saw the X-Men movie with X-Men Phoenix. That movie was screened so many times blindly to a lot of audiences, right? So it just really depends on what kind of screener it was. If you went into it knowing like, okay, I'm gonna watch the Exorcist, cool. But a lot of the times it's blind screeners. It's usually like a first come first serve basis. Sometimes they might give you a survey, sometimes they don't. You know, so you don't. Sometimes you really don't know what you're getting into. And what about if the audiences that they showed Exorcist to, they're not horror audiences? They might have not been fans of. There's people that don't like possession movies, right? There's people that don't like horror movies. It really just depends on the audience that saw the movie. So, with that being said, I'm going to take that screeners with a grain of salt. The only reason I actually did take it to heart was because David Gordon Green or whatever the fuck his name is was behind it. So I kind of was like, there probably is some validity to it, but at the same time, I'm going to go into this Exorcist movie with low expectations, and I hope that it will basically exceed my expectations because I understand how horror movies work. That's all I want to say. All right. So, any final thoughts before we go ahead and
Oh,
wrap
you said it all. Everything perfect. Yeah, I agree. Everything you said. Yeah.
All right. So, if you have not done so already, make sure you go down, click the damn subscribe button. Also, hit that little thumb up button that says like. Yeah, hit that shit too. Also, go into my description and check out this guy's channel, Senor the Movie Mash, and then he also has a TikTok that's booming. So go ahead and check that out too. If you have not done so already, go ahead and check the description. Also, check out my Patreon account. I got to kind of like revamp it because it's kind of basic right now. But you are now tell us what in the comment section down below. What the hell do you think about this trailer? Do you think it looks good? Do you think it looks bad? Are you excited for it? Are you not excited for it? Let us know in the comment section down below. And you are now exiting the Cinema Chop Shop. Hope you guys have a magnificent day. Adios, homies.